See if I can early assemble it, sir.
For real, that's a real thing, dude.
I can hear heaven calling, but I can't find my way. I can feel myself falling, but I can't find my way. Angels in my ear telling me don't let go, but demons in my ear telling me to. When I fight for my soul, and they both want control. I'm surrounded by the dark, become a stranger to the light, with all the hopes into the fact that everything would be alright. But as I sit here crippled, nervous, in a state of shock, time's become my enemy. I'm staring at a broken clock, and every hour on the hour something strange is taking place. Apparitions on the walls, voices in my soul is raped. I can't explain it. Am I burning in that fire pit? As the devil come to claim what's his for all the times I needed shit? I tried sleeping, but still I can feel it creeping. Call up the deacon, blood's leaking right from the ceiling. I hear the rain falling, tapping on my windowsill. Shadows crawling, babies crying, make it all seem so surreal. And what's that ticking in my head? I know for sure that I ain't dead. If that's the case, then why the fuck am I still sitting in my bed? I try to scream, but no sound, so I'm reaching for the phone. I need to call someone right now to tell me what's going on. I can hear heaven calling, but I can't find my way. I can feel myself falling, but I can't find my way. Angels in my ear telling me don't let go, but demons in my ear telling me to. When I fight for my soul, and they both want control. 7 days and nights go by and I ain't seen the fucking sun. Laying here surrounded by a priest, some crosses and a nun. Speaking in some foreign language, but I seem to understand. Crucifixes burning flesh right when it placed it in my hand. Holy water feels like torture falling on my head. Demons whisper in my ear, don't worry son, you're almost dead. Mom's crying, dad is packing, pictures flying off the wall. I can hear my grandma speaking tongues somewhere down the hall. Next thing I notice, waking up I'm in an empty room. Someone unfamiliar, was I sleeping in an empty tomb? And then a light from up above, I heard a voice filled with love. A lady dressed all in white, I didn't know who she was, and I can't explain the calm after the sharp pain in my arm. All I know is I feel warm and I don't care what's going on. I can hear heaven calling, but I can't find my way. I can feel myself falling, but I can't find my way. Angels in my ear telling me don't let go, but demons in my ear telling me to. When I fight for my soul, and they both want control. Demons, 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 demons. Demons, 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 demons.
Well, I have just confirmed what had been told to me by Mikhail, which astounds me. I truly am shocked in this revelation that is assured to be the truth by the essence of evil I was infused with, that leads me to know that what I'm about to tell you here will answer many questions but start many conflicts as well, unless I intercede. Now puppet thing that is not the true God, do as I say and withhold your power from interfering, and you just might survive this and tell your puppet masters the same thing and trust in that which I am, which does not truly revel in war, conflict or casting any into hell. I am an angel, therefore I seek ways of peace and balance. Now shush so I can tell this properly and save your asses. Good. Now, what I have learned is that first, the same thing that we all feel is that uneasy sense that something is not right and has not been for quite some time. The absence of God is what it is. He can interact with creation and be more present than he was present during the creation of the earth. During the flood of Noah's tale he was present as well, but intentionally misinterpreted because of angry survivors who wrongly blamed God for bringing that event down on them when he actually was trying to warn them. I know this is somewhat true because when I heard this name I remembered that it was my true name in heaven before I fell to become Lucifer, for that is my true fallen name. My original heavenly name was Tristan, and I was named this because of the supernova event that brought an end to that civilization, and my purpose was to discover the reason behind the second sun-like object that had appeared in the sky at that time, hence the morning star reference. For it was named Tristan and depicted as a statue with a trident pointed outward striding forward amidst rays of sunlight that represented this event in the skies. When God had appeared after learning what was coming and trying to warn them of the disasters to come, they mistook him for Tristan and praised him as such at first, but as the disasters began to get worse around the world they turned and cursed the Tristan god, and over many angry changes to the origin story surrounding the deity in the end it became known as the Demiurge, the harbinger of the great cataclysm. Hold on, there is an argument here on whether I should be allowed to continue. What does the prophecy say of me? That I am the father of lies, ergo I am the greatest storyteller there is. If anyone could pull this off it would be me, or as should I say. Now focus and stay your doubt. Have a little faith already, jeez. Okay, so after that came the rebellion, my fall and Michael's defeat of the Leviathan. God became close-minded about idol worship because of the arrogance of those he tried to help from that era and the Tristan statue. Then we come to the moment of Michael's fall from heaven. It was the archangel Michael who stayed Abraham's hand from killing his son, and it was Michael who pleaded the boy's case so that God would rescind his command to have him killed. This made God angry, for it reminded him of Lucifer's ways, and so God discreetly assigned Michael to the city of Babylon to protect those who he had saved from the Leviathan as he was Marduk to them. The champion who defeated Tiamat, his arrival heralded praise and celebration from the people of Babylon, for their hero had returned to protect and watch over them, which led to him being placed in a ritual of worship and later considered by many to be a god, which was the sins of the fallen angels' children, whom he subsequently cast him down, just as he did them for being worshipped as such. That is, two of the high archangels that have been revealed to have been fallen angels, him and Uriel. Gabriel had allowed Elibas, or Satan or Sargon, fool him into believing that he was God, whom he had just established himself to them as Allah and had not given them any precepts to live by yet, and heralded him to be as such to the Prophet Muhammad, allowing Sargon to exact his vengeance upon them for their ancestors' involvement in his being overthrown by his son, chased into the deserts of Afghanistan in Kandahar, where he met his death and was buried under the sands in a freak sandstorm that swallowed and buried him in the lost city of Im, or the Cave of Wonders in the story told by Scheherazade 500 years later in the tale of 1001 Arabian Nights, as he was the inspiration behind the genie character that was trapped in the lamp that was an evil sorcerer imprisoned within. I'm getting off topic. The point is that each of the archangels seem to be fallen angels, four angels who are the four corners of the earth, or in better translation the conquerors of heaven and the ones who cast God down. I am putting together the rise of the general of heaven's army, Michael. after being scorned and cast aside for simply doing what they were made to do, and that is protect creation against a threat to existence. That is what drove Michael to stay Abraham's hand from killing his son, just as it enabled the fallen angels of the rebellion to rise up against him in the rebellion. You see the trending flaw I had mentioned earlier. I have discovered through my learning of the angelic ways that there is a flaw in the angelic design. It has to do with the sinless nature of our design. We cannot willingly commit an act of sin, but we can unwillingly be fooled into doing so. I think that may be the flaw. If they knew then what I know now, then it could have spared God being misunderstood by the angels in the first place. God would have understood the weak link in the chain, and he would not have been cast into the outer boundaries of existence by weakening his will with the heavy burden of grief and sins committed against Jesus. This experience while in the human form of Jesus, unable to fully comprehend the things of the divine nature, they convinced him to succumb to the fate of the crucifixion while forcing him to experience such sorrow, which caused a weak transition into his spiritual form. They then cast into the fringes of the still-forming universe, forcing him to exist outside of creation and never being able to enter existence lest his immense presence break it, or if any of us heard his voice it would shatter our frail mortal forms, or to even be capable of looking upon his face lest we burst into flames for recognizing him as some tormented individual someone may have bumped into and would reveal the truth of what this individual had endured that would ruin the lie they orchestrated to keep him secluded, probably keeping him trapped within the sigils of the Mark of Cain and Solomon's seals or something similar to them. Then came the reign of Uranus, or the entity behind the power of Uranus that is transitioning from king to king as they went, until the rise of Catholicism where they settled as the four archangels. I see their reasons and the drastic decisions they had to make. Hold on, the translated story of Enoch was their confession of what occurred. I see now very well then. The story of what occurred I already have in my early all videos playlist under the title of the translation of Enoch. It is alright my brothers, I do not hold ill judgment against you, for I can also sense an overwhelming emotion of regret and confusion as to whether this was all manipulated. No, for the most part one do not with the information I have so far. Others may have taken advantage, but they were all after the fact. As it is said there were 9 Adams so far, then this is just a glimpse of many struggles I see that many do not know of that led up to this scenario. That concurs with my past life memories as well, for when Lucifer cast down his sword and renounced his allegiance I could sense that he felt the same way. It was the final straw in a long list of building issues that climaxed with him there in that scenario. Maybe the human scientists are right and your flawless creation is not exactly flawless. What is above, so too is it below, and if there are flaws within the angelic design, then there may be a flaw in creations as well. If so, then we must help God accept this and come to terms with it so that the flaw becomes a strength, and then he will be prepared to handle the issue. If you allowed mankind to see the truth of this and not hide it and let them see you overcome this obstacle, it may cause them to admire your strength and be more open-minded and understanding towards you. Michael, your lust for power that you hide as vanity must be realized before you can move forward. You see, I told you it fills in many questions but starts many conflicts as well. So ciao bella till next time.
How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. I shoot a mofo in the throat with my bow. Tomahawk chop is my death freedom fighting machine, big ass hatchet in hand. Why'd you have to kill my bros? I'm a slasher face man. I'm a very skilled assassin, killing dudes at 1 and 2. Blood flowing like a river, need a box of tissue. When I'm hunting, I be stunting, you could never find me. In the bushes, in the haystacks, in your mother's laundry. Watch me coming free, running up the walls like a boss. What you looking at, bitch? Face my tomahawk chop.
How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. I shoot a mofo in the throat with my bow. Tomahawk chop is my death blow. How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. I shoot a mofo in the throat
tomahawk, tomahawk, tomahawk. From Boston to NY, always up to no good. Don't know how I can see out this big ass hood. Walking through the crowds, touching you on the back, using my hidden blade for a secret attack. Jumping off of giant buildings like I was a Superman. Use your mama as a meat shield every time that I can. Take a break from the war to hunt for some meat.
What? A man's gotta eat.
How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. Shooting my foe in the throat with my bow. Tomahawk chop is my death blow. How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. Shooting my foe in the throat with my bow. Tomahawk chop is my death blow.
Tomahawk, 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 tomahawk.
Up first in the verse, feel the clack of wooden teeth. Bread and butter, lift the covers while you find the fucking heat. Revolution I lead, with the world I got beat. I take my wigs powdered, wear boxes, I don't wear briefs. You can't step up to me and my gang. Horse and carriage drive-bys, bullet in the chain. Riding over your clique like the Delaware son. I get my face on the dollar before this shit's done.
Can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. Shooting my foe in the throat with my bow. Tomahawk chop is my death blow. How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. Shooting my foe in the throat with my bow. Tomahawk chop is my death blow.
Tomahawk, 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 tomahawk.